Hey Vancouver, the countdown continues to the 2010 Winter Olympics. Are you ready? Do you know the who's who and what's what of your games? If not, welcome to your Olympic prep class. I'm Brian, and this is 2010 101 on Novus TV. Today on 2010 101, we meet Olympic figure skating hopeful and BC native JeremyTen. There's no doubt he likes skating, but what are some of his other favorites?
My favorite fruit is mango because it's sweet, like me. My favorite reality TV show is So You Think You Dance, which is on right now, and I just find it so inspiring, the way the dancers can move and manipulate their bodies. Just sort of like figure skating, it's really artistic. I have a soft spot for yam fries. It's my guilty pleasure. My favorite song right now would have to be Learning to Breathe by Switchfoot, because a whole lot about life is breathing, and with the Olympics coming up, it just reminds me to do that.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Cool. So Jeremy, you're in a good position right now to be joining the 2010 men's figure skating team in Vancouver. How does that feel?
I'm actually not like a solid yes for the Olympics yet. I mean, I'm third in the country going into this nationals, so that's setting me up really well. And you know, anything's possible, and I'm just going to work really, really hard for it.
Olympic figure skating, admittedly, is poorly understood. And I think one of those reasons is probably things like the sow cow. Pigs, cows, I just don't get it, Jeremy.
Sow cow is just a name for a jump, and it was named after Ulrich Sow Cow. So his last name was Sow Cow. He invented the jump, and that's how it got its name. It wasn't because somebody was like looking at a cow and decided to name it after that.
So momentum and inertia must come into play here, because you're flying through the air all the time, and you're probably, what, 90 pounds? What do you weigh?
I'm gonna be 127, that's being generous.
Really? Yeah, soaking wet with lead balls in your pockets. You're 127 pounds. So does weight, because you're trying to build momentum and speed, does weight become a factor when you're trying to do as many turns in the air as you can?
I think it's all proportion to your muscle mass. And I mean, if you look at Brian Calvert from France, he's this huge guy, he's like a tree, and he can pull off a quad easily. And then there's a skater from here, his name's Kevin Reynolds, and he doesn't have a lot of body mass at all. He's probably lighter than I am, and he pulls off a quad like that. So I really think it has a lot to do with your twitch and just genetics, what your parents gave you. So, yeah.
And I'm actually thinking with my stature, there's a good chance that I could throw myself in the air and do a sixlet. Jeremy, you're also a student. You're a part-time student while you train. What are you taking in university?
I'm currently studying a minor in kinesiology, and as for a major, I'm undecided. Still don't know what I really want to do other than skating. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So the kinesiology, that opens up opportunities to do, gives you a lot of the good background for doing further training and coaching and things like that down the road.
Yeah, just knowing how your body works and what muscles do what, and how to make something faster or stronger, etc. Yeah. So it's really beneficial for my skating.
And how often do you use calculus? Me neither. Never.
How relevant is that?
We're going towards 2010 Nationals. You said we're in January. What are your goals from here to the Nationals?
My goal is just to keep building my confidence and to build the momentum going into Nationals, and then ultimately hopefully the Olympic Games.
Psychology is a really important part of this. What do you do to get into a zone? Myself, I hum about 12 bars of Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca just before one of my semi-competitive geriatric bocce ball matches. How does it work for you? What do you think of?
I work with a sports psychologist. Her name's Anne Muscat, and she just gives me some keywords that I say to myself, and which are like trust and confidence. And a great thing about Joanne McLeod, my coach, is she knows me really well. So if she sees that I'm way too serious or I'm taking things too seriously, she just throws in a joke somewhere in there, or she tries to like lift up the atmosphere. I remember at one of the competitions we were in the back and something was playing on the speakers and it was a really upbeat song. I think it was Christina Aguilera or something. And so I took something and like guards and I pretended it was a microphone and I started running up and down the hall just like not screaming but like mouthing the words like as if I was in a concert. And just things like that I do just to like lift to lift the pressure off and just to have fun and remember that I'm doing this because I love it.
You must have been told things when you were a child that have sort of stuck with you, motivational things. Like, for instance, I was told not to eat yellow snow. Well, now I'm unemployed and I interview overachievers. How does it work for you? What do you think of?
Probably something my parents bestowed upon me when I was a kid was just to never give up on your dreams. And every day I wake up and I remember that. And they've always pushed me to just strive to do my best in whatever it is I do in life, whether it's skating, whether it's in school, whether it's whatever I'm pursuing. But yeah, I think my support from my parents and just everything they taught me as a kid, and to always go for it.
Thank you so much for your time.
No,
Best
thank
of
you.
luck at Nationals, and we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Sounds good.
Right on.
Thank you.
Cheers. Join us again for more Olympic People and Places on 2010 101, brought to you by Novus TV. I'm Brian. Thanks for watching.